If I would have started my career right now from scratch without knowing any software at all, there's only 5 software that I think that are necessary in the year 2022 to jumpstart your career as a 3D animator, editor or a content creator. What's up guys, my name is Raf, just like the Ninja Turtle, and this channel is all about 3D animation, editing, VFX and video creation overall. So as I said before, if I would start right now from scratch, what would be those 5 programs, 5 tools that I would suggest that you would start learning in order to get a job in the industry or to start doing project as a freelance 3D animator or editor? The first software program I would suggest that you start learning, and it doesn't matter which industry you're in, is DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve is a professional color grading software. Also, it's a pretty damn good tool for video editing. You can edit your videos, your films on a professional level with DaVinci Resolve. It's almost totally free, but not totally, of course. There are some limitations to the free version, some effects that when you apply them will place a watermark on your video, but let's face it, if you're just starting a studio, you want to save on the budget, you can just download DaVinci Resolve and start editing without any cost. It's just free for you to use. You will get professional tools for color grading your videos in DaVinci Resolve, color science, color space, everything you want and expect from professional program, you will have there, and it's free. So you're probably thinking, why wouldn't I start learning Premiere Pro, because everyone using Premiere. So the positive side is that if you will learn DaVinci Resolve, you can always use this knowledge to edit with Premiere Pro. The workflow and the tools are pretty much similar. The difference is just the layout and the placement of those tools. But basically, if you learn one program, the other one will just need some minor adjustments and you're good to go. So now let's say you want to learn some basic VFX, green screen, explosions, adding text, titles, motion graphics or whatever, 2D animation even. So I would suggest that you start learning Adobe After Effects. Although DaVinci Resolve has a great tool for VFX, they have the Fusion software. After Effects is widely used. You have unlimited amount of templates, plugins, and in my opinion, it's far superior for motion graphics than Fusion. It's more intuitive for motion graphics, in my opinion. So basically, when I have clients that want some motion graphic or 2D animation, After Effects is my go-to program for those kind of projects. And there's a lot of projects in that area. So After Effects is the program I would suggest for you to start learning for VFX. Now, let's say you want to jump into the 3D world. What software should you use? You have 3D Max, you have Maya, you have Blender, you have Cinema 4D. My suggestion from all of those programs, start with Blender. The main appealing stuff, of course, Blender is totally free, 100%. Plenty of plugins for it. You have plenty of tutorials. And for the last couple of years, Blender just keeps blowing my mind. It's getting better and better with each update. And I think soon Blender will be industry standard. It will take over other software, other heavier software. Maya is a heavy software and also it costs a lot of money. In my opinion, Blender will take over the indie world and the semi-professional world. It will get bigger and bigger from time, so this is the software I would suggest for you to start learning if you want to get into 3D animation. Now, another software that I would suggest for you to get to know and to start learning on some level, it's Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine is a game engine in basis, but you can create awesome cinematics in Unreal Engine. You can create short movies, you can create awesome renderings, architecture renderings. After the update for Unreal Engine 5, it's just got ridiculously better. You can get photorealistic renderers in almost no time. You can save on render time, and it's pretty simple to use. I would even say if you want to just create a short movie, you can just kit bash it. You can take a model from this game, you can take another environment and start doing a short movie, and it gives you an awesome look out of the box, and it's pretty fast. It's not cost effective. For example, the same project, just to render it and to shade it and to light it in other softwares like Maya or Blender, it will take time. Something that in Unreal you can do it in about a day. Keep in mind, it's not a replacement for those 3D programs, but it's an addition. And if you know those two programs, it's an enhancement for your skills and for your projects. Each time I open one of those software that I mentioned before, I have another software that I open in parallel because I just use it so much in parallel to other programs. And this software is Adobe Photoshop. If by this day, by 2022, you don't know how to use Photoshop, just start with Photoshop and then go to DaVinci, to After and to Unreal or to Blender. Start with Photoshop. This is the main program that you're gonna use throughout the whole pipeline. If you need textures, you need Photoshop. If you need to create titles, you need Photoshop. If you want to erase some background for the VFX, you need Photoshop. So this is the software that I would start with from the beginning and then go through the list one by one as I mentioned earlier. So I hope I gave some useful info some place to start with what should you learn in the first place. If you want to get into the 3D animation, video editing, creating content, video content, this is what I would suggest for you to start learning in 2022 and so on. If you think there is another order or some other software that I didn't mention here, or that you think is better than the software I mentioned here, please write it in the comment. I would love to discuss this with you. And I would love for you to subscribe to my channel so I will be able to create more videos for you. Videos about 3D animation, 3D rigging, video editing, VFX and so on. Your subscription will help me to continue with this channel and create more content for you. My name is Raf and thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.